Dan's going to do the thing, right?
Yeah, are you guys going to do that thing today? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's going to do that thing.
What's going on here?
Don't do that thing.
Here we go.
Don't do it.
Buckle up, everybody.
That thing is an interesting part of that. But I did love, as someone that has been complaining, God damn, it's hot outside. I did love that the national media finally gets to realize, God damn, it's hot outside. You got Bills fans complaining that there are OSHA violations because of how hot it is outside.
Players are falling all over the field. Stephon Diggs is supposed to be on with it. I've never seen him that tired during a game.
Oh, they were all huffing and puffing. They also ran 90 offensive plays.
They did.
The thing about
good strategy, keep the offense out there.
That's as bizarre a box score as you could possibly find.
Crazy.
They ran 90 plays. Miami ran 39. Everybody had heat illness, which is honestly, folks, that's heat stroke.
I had it on my couch.
Bad.
They all looked so tired and hot, and that's a home field advantage that they revel in come December when it's 1 degree out there and you have the Dolphins team travel up there and they're not used to it. I guess it's fine for them. It was kind of weak sauce to complain, but it very clearly had an effect on the Buffalo Bills. We'll say it does matter that they had 4 DBs out, 2 all-pro safeties. That doesn't matter. They don't have to be better than the Buffalo Bills to beat the Buffalo Bills. They don't even have to be better than the Buffalo Bills to win this division right now. And that's in play, certainly, with what a huge result that was. And I think the most encouraging thing from the Miami Dolphins is that Mike McDaniel is supposed to be a running-based coach. They still haven't gotten this running game out there. They have found ways to win. You see how Hackett is struggling despite being 2-1. So married and set in his ways, struggling to get W's, and Mike McDaniel is just finding a way with this team to win.
Well, Mike, you don't have to run the ball if you can throw the ball like at that clip. And obviously, we saw Tua's numbers are not great, but what he's they were fine for what?
His numbers were fine. He had 18
for
passes.
someone that was very clearly concussed.
He
they were
came out with
that was. I mean,
he had 18 passes. They didn't have the ball.
That's another story for another day.
The Bills had the ball the whole game.
It's a story for today. He was concussed, and he went into the locker room and came back, and now he has to do it again in 4 days.
I think the Bills had 2 drives all game, the second quarter and the fourth quarter.
Billy, no,
that was the entire game.
I get that.
And by the way, Josh Allen, don't get me started on him. Dinking and dunking all game long. Everybody's talking about how great he is, how great his arm is. I don't think he threw the ball further than 4 yards.
They took that away.
Dinking, dunking, had 4 interceptions that were dropped against him, ran out of time at the end of the game, bounced the ball on 4th and goal. If that would have happened to Tua, the world would have been over. That was a terrible game by Josh Allen. I'm going to say a terrible 400-yard performance by Josh Allen.
He was 42
63
and 63
passes.
Yeah,
that's insane.
That's honestly not
Horrible
that efficient.
game.
400
Bad
yards
game.
when you throw that much is not that efficient.
Overrated.
You guys
don't buy the Bills. I told you this. I told you this 3 weeks ago. Don't buy the Bills, and no one was listening to me.
Billy, they were a buzzsaw until yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because they were playing shit teams. Don't buy the Bills.
They got the Ravens coming up. They're staring 2-2 right in the face. I don't want to hear about it.
They also came like a half second away from being able to maybe win that game. Who knows? So it's super encouraging for this early in Mike McDaniel's tenure to have that kind of a signature win. I think the excitement in town is certainly warranted. It felt like the Miami Dolphins were going to find a way to lose that game after that butt punt. And they didn't. Now the butt punt is a rallying cry. Like it's a merchandising opportunity. Yeah.
A couple of things from the broadcast, because I do want to get back to the analysis of that game. There are a number of things in it that are funny. I can't believe, Stugotz, that I'm watching that game, and I'm as guys are having heat stroke, as Josh Allen is throwing 60 times.
What do you think of their T-shirt, Dan? Their rallying T-shirt they wear during the week that says, "I wish it were hotter." Because that's what the Dolphins do during the week.
I saw that as very much a Miami Dolphins climate change victory.
Yeah.
Where no, I did not think this philosophy. You say McDaniel's a genius, and I will tell you this is where he's a genius. I'm watching the whole game, and I'm like, wait a minute, is the whole strategy to just see if Josh Allen punches himself out? If he just punches himself out, and at the end he doesn't have the arm strength for the easiest throw throw on fourth down because he's
It
just
worked.
going to punch himself out because he's exhausted, and they're all exhausted.
By the way, credit to the Dolphins defense because they were out there the entire game in that heat, and they still stopped them.
The Bills had the ball for north of 40 minutes. The Dolphins had the ball for less than 20. Think about that.
That's an excellent point about the defense.
The defense won the game.
Josh
for them.
Allen looked
Yes.
so unsettled. His footwork was disastrous. He still has the arm talent to kind of overcome that somewhat, but with a thumb injury.
But he was overcompensating a lot too. He would get out of the pocket and throw across his body like we used to see back in the day. Old Josh Allen.
Billy, to your point on whether or not, if you want to mistrust the Bills, you can do it from here. In one-score games, they're 0-8, and the only team like that is the Texans, 0-6-1 in one-score games late with the recklessness and some of the stuff that can be Achilles' heel for Josh Allen.
It's a ridiculous thing we've done here with the Bills where they had a great game, a game for the ages last year against the Chiefs, a game they lost, by the way. And their loss was so impressive that we just thought Josh Allen, best player in the league, Bills, best team in the league. They're not. Like, I'm totally like enough of the Bills and enough of Josh Allen. They lost a playoff game. I mean,
Stugotz, if we're going to do one losses on Monday, honest to God, I watched that game and I'm like, I'd love to have the Bills as my team.
right.
Get out of here.
Much rather have the Dolphins.
Yeah, were you watching the game?
Or the Eagles.
Louise.
Eagles are good.
The Eagles are really good.